photos for success.
Hey, it's TJ Fisher with DFS Academy, and welcome to From Ear to Page. Now, this is a great course because for me, when I was learning how to read, I didn't literally know how. I would have people play the rhythms for me, and then I would copy the rhythms. And then eventually I put names to the rhythms, and that's how I became better at it. Before then, it was just like hieroglyphics, and I was really trying to figure out how to literally read some of these things. And I had to play it at the same time I was trying to learn how to read it. So I finagled my way through learning rhythms by copying other people. And that's what this course is about. Knowing what it sounds like and then being able to translate that to paper notation, written notation, so it doesn't look like crazy hieroglyphics. It just looks like music to us, and that's the goal. So I'm glad you joined this course. We're going to start this course by an interactive rhythm challenge, right? We're going to play some rhythms, we're going to clap some rhythms so that you know what some of these rhythms sound like, and then we're going to show you how that translates to actual music notation, which is going to be really cool. So let's jump right in. All right, so we're going to jump right in. Before we start clapping the rhythms along with the loop, we got to explain one important thing. This is our metronome. Our metronome is our source. It is our quarter note, right? Now, if you look there, you see rhythms on there, and the rhythms are based on quarter notes and eighth notes and sixteenths, and we'll explain what all of them mean in a second. But let's just say, for explanation purpose, this is our quarter note. This is where everybody usually bobs their head. This is where the beat usually is, and this is what's going to keep us together. Everything is going to be based off of this quarter note, right? And we're going to jump into the rhythm. So let's turn this loop on all the way. Let's unmute some stuff. Oh, yeah. 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 All right. So here's what we're going to start off with. We're going to start by clapping these rhythms. Now, you can clap these rhythms if you want to. You can play them on your practice pad, however you want to do it. But we want to make sure that you know what the rhythms sound like so that you can replicate them on your own. So let's jump into the first rhythm. You're going to clap them right or play them right after me. Here we go. We got hot dog. Hot dog. We got grape soda. We got grape soda. We got hot fudge sundae. Hot fudge sundae. We got apple pie. Apple pie. We got coconut shrimp. Coconut shrimp. We got Rice Krispie treats. We got Rice Krispie treats. We got chocolate strawberry. We got chocolate strawberry. We got cinnamon oatmeal. Cinnamon oatmeal. We got milk and cereal. Milk and cereal. We got avocado toast. Avocado toast. We got cheese ravioli. Cheese ravioli. We got strawberry ice cream. Strawberry ice cream. We got chips and guacamole. Chips and guacamole. We got tater tot casserole. We got tater tot casserole. We got pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni pizza. I said pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni pizza. Hey, let's go. All right, so we got our rhythms, we clapped our rhythms, so you know what these rhythms sound like, right? Now, these are applicable all the time. I use these rhythms all the time. You use these rhythms all the time, but you just don't realize that you utilize them all the time. So let's talk about these rhythms and how you play them and how you count them, right? So now, we already talked about our quarter note being the foundation of everything. That's our hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. Now, the only thing that we're going to do when we change it to notation is literally put numbers instead of there, right? So we got hot dog, that becomes 1, 2. And then if there's 4 notes in a measure, then it becomes 3, 4, right? So hot dog, right? If we got 4 of them, it turns into 1, 2, 3, 4. That's simple. We're already reading quarter notes. It's that easy, right? Now, let's look at the next rhythm. We have grape soda. Now look at that. We have a quarter note and then we have 2/8 notes after it. Well, how do I know that there's an eighth note after it? Well, look at the quarter note there doesn't look the same as the eighth note, right? The quarter note doesn't look the same as the eighth note. You see that it's like two beamed together, right? Now I know it's an eighth note because they're beamed together, right? Quarter notes are not beamed together. Eighth notes are going to be the ones that are going to be beamed together, and they're only going to have one beam, right? And when we look at 16th notes in a second, you'll see like Rice Krispie treats, you see say it has two beams on there, right? We're only working with one beam with the eighth notes. Now, how do we know what the eighth notes sound? How do we know how fast the eighth notes are? Well, I usually use the method of bobbing my head or clapping or tapping my foot, right? Whenever I go down, that's the quarter note. Whenever I go up, that's the eighth note. So if we're gonna do hot dog, right? Hot dog, hot dog, right? Every time we go down, that's our quarter note. But when we move to eighth notes, right? Let's say we're on hot fudge sundae, right? Hot fudge was when I go up, Sunday. Every time I go down and up is one note. So hot fudge Sunday. Hot fudge Sunday. Hot fudge Sunday. Hot fudge Sunday. Those are my eighth notes. That means I'm gonna clap every time I move for the eighth note. And if this were a drum, I would literally just play a drum each time, right? So what we do is what we call subdivide. And subdividing means that we just break it into smaller pieces. So instead of me thinking about on hot dog, I'm gonna think hot dog, but I'm gonna be thinking smaller subdivisions. And that means that I'm gonna be thinking eighth notes when I'm thinking about quarter notes. And I know you're saying, TJ, like this sounds like a lot, but you're missing me here. It's not. No. Check it out. When you think about quarter notes, you're going to subdivide eighth notes because this is going to help you with your timing, right? So even though I'm going hot dog, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking hot fudge Sunday, hot fudge Sunday, hot fudge Sunday, hot fudge Sunday. So that I can keep my quarter notes in time, right? This subdividing helps me to make sure that I stay in time, right? This is not the way we count it, or this is not the way we play it, but it just helps to keep that in the back of mind. It's just a good tip to know. Not a mandatory thing. But let's get back to it. So we have our eighth notes. Hot fudge Sunday, hot fudge Sunday, hot fudge Sunday. Everything is going to be a syllable, right? Hot fudge Sunday. We're clapping on every syllable. Now with our eighth notes, instead of us going hot fudge Sunday, we replace hot fudge Sunday with numbers, right? Numbers and syllables, right? Are numbers and representation of different counts of the beat. So instead of us saying hot fudge, we're going to say one and. And the reason we say one and is because we can't say 1-1, or we can't say 2-2, we can't say 3-3, because we will run out. So what they do is they give you a syllable to help you keep your space, right? They say one and. So that's how we count our eighth notes. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, right? 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. So instead of us saying hot fudge Sunday, we say 1 and 2 and. Instead of us saying hot fudge Sunday, we say 3 and 4 and. Well, how do you know if you say 1 or 2 and or 3 and 4 and? Well, it depends on where it is in the measure, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But you see that you're already reading these rhythms just by knowing what they sound like, right? Now, if we look here at apple pie is literally just a mirror image of grape sodas just flipped around. So you already know what these rhythms sound like. You've played these rhythms already, but now you're literally just going to play the rhythm backwards now, right? So in the beginning of grape soda, we got the quarter note, grape soda, right? So you hear how soda sounds. We got those 2 eighth notes right after each other. Now we have the 2 eighth notes in the front and then the quarter note in the back. That's where we get apple from. Apple. And then we got apple pie, apple pie, apple pie. Now remember, how do we count eighth notes? Do you remember how we count eighth notes? We counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So if we look at apple pie, we got 2 eighth notes, and then right after it, we have a quarter note, right? So we got apple pie, we got 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, right? Or if it was in the second half of the measure, 3 and 4, 3 and 4. Literally, same rhythm. It sounds exactly the same. We're just putting these number mechanisms to here, right? So we got apple pie. We got our eighth notes. We have anything else eighth notes. Let's jump down all the way down to the bottom of our chart where we got tater tot casserole, right? Look at the similarities between tater tot casserole and apple pie. Isn't it the same thing twice? It's the exact same thing twice. So if we look at all around our chart, we see that these rhythms are exactly the same, but they're just in different ways, right? It's like taking your name and putting the letters and rearranging them, but the letters still sound exactly the same. And that's kind of what reading music is like. It's literally like taking the letters and moving them to different places, right? So we got tater tot casserole, tater tot casserole. Have you ever had tater tot casserole? Like I don't even know what's in tater tot casserole, but it's a great teaching mechanism. So we got tater tot casserole, tater tot casserole. All right, so we got tater tot casserole. We got apple pie, which is literally the same thing, right? Same rhythms. We just want you to see that if we put them in a whole measure, that it sounds like this. Now, I forgot to mention, in our Western music, we usually do everything in 4/4. Now, 4/4 means just there's 4 beats in a measure. So that means we're generally going to count up to 4. And once we get to 4, we're not going to go past 4. Now, we might have 4 and or 4 depending on the syllables, but we're not going to count past the number 4, usually in our Western system of how we do things with music, unless we're doing odd time signatures, which is a totally different subject, but we're going to keep moving forward. All right, so we generally hit our 8th note rhythms. Now let's talk about our 16th note rhythms. Now, 16th note, remember how we were talking about bobbing our head, and every time it went up and down, that was our 8th note. So 1 and 2 and, or when we did hot fudge Sunday, hot fudge Sunday, right? So with our 16th notes, all of this is going to be 2 notes every time we go down and up, right? Right? Hot fudge Sunday is going to be 2 for each one. Now we're going to use, you see, let's do pepperoni, right? So every time we go up and down, there's 2 notes, right? Pepperoni, 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 right? This makes it easier for us to kind of see how there's 2 for each 8th notes, right? So 1 and 2 and, right? If we turn them into 16ths, pepperoni, 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 right? This gives us our 16th note, right? Our 16th notes that we have, if we look at that rhythm, pepperoni pizza, right? How do we have the rhythm, right? We have a set of 16th notes, and then we have 2 8th notes that we already had. So look, we're using the rhythms that we already have. We're not learning more rhythms. We're just putting the 16th note on there, and now we have a rhythm we have, and then the rhythm we learn, right? Pepperoni, pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza, right? So same set of notes, same 16th notes, right? But now here's the thing with the 16th notes. Instead of us saying pepperoni, right, we have syllables for each one of those, right? So instead of us saying pepperoni, we say 1 E and a. One E and a. One E and a. One E and a. Each one of those 16th notes are one syllable. Each syllable is one syllable or one name for a note. One E and a, right? One E and a. So there's 4 notes total. So we got one E and a. Each one of it just has a name. One E and a. One E and a. One E and a, right? Pepperoni. One E and a. Pepperoni. One E and a. Now, it doesn't matter if this is in the front of the measure or in the back of the measure, it's still exactly the same, right? Pepperoni pizza, right? Now, if we keep our metronome there, our quarter note there, right? This is the beginning of each of those. This is why the metronome is important or the quarter note is important, because they all fall inside the metronome. Let me turn this metronome or this quarter note on so you guys can kind of hear how this kind of starts to line up together. So let's play this metronome. And we're going to pull the tempo down to, let's go, let's play it. Let's go 70, right? So now we're going to go from quarter notes to eighth notes, so we kind of know what it sounds like. So this is our quarter note, right? Right? Now, if we need eighth notes, we can find what rhythm sounds like eighth notes, right? Right now we're at hot dog because that's quarter notes. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, right? Now, if we go to eighth notes, that's twice as fast. We got hot fudge sundae, try it now. Hot fudge sundae, 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 hot fudge sundae. All right, let's go back to quarter notes. Hot dog, right? Now, remember the 16th notes are pepperoni, right? That means 4 in the space of this one. So we got pepperoni, right? Pepperoni, right? And pepperoni, right? That's 4 16th notes. Pepperoni, right? Let's repeat it. Pepperoni, 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 right? Those are 16th notes, right? And let's do the whole rhythm, pepperoni pizza. We got pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni pizza. And pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni pizza. Right? So you can see these rhythms have never changed. They sound exactly the same, but now we're just putting notation to them and sound to them. So remember what we did with the 16th notes? When we did pepperoni, we exchanged it for what? What was the syllables do you remember? It was one E and a, right? One E and a, right? And then right after that, we have 2 eighth notes. So we have 2 and. So it sounds like this. 1 E and a 2 and, right? 3 E and a 4 and. Pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza. 1 E and a 2 and. 3 E and a 4 and. Now, why did I use 3 and 4 this time? Because remember, we're filling up a space of 4 notes. There's 4 notes in the measure, so we have to fill up all 4 spaces, right? It's like 4 buckets. We need to fill those 4 buckets up. 1 E and a 2 and. Once we get done with the and, we need to move on to the 3. 3 E and a 4 and, right? 1 E and a 2 and. 3 E and a 4 and. 1 E and a 2 and. 3 E and a 4 and, right? Now, this is all going to make sense when we translate this to music, so just stay with me. I know you're like, man, there's a lot of rhythms and things like that. Trust me, when we use the musical context, it's going to make a lot more sense. So just hang on with me. We got one last thing to do. Now, we're on this one last thing. Now, if you look right here, let's go Rice Krispie Treats. So if we look at Rice Krispie Treats, we see that on the Rice Krispie Treats, you have a eighth note And then on the back of that eighth note, you have two 16th notes. Two 16th notes. Remember the 16th notes? How do we know the difference between 16th notes and eighth notes? Remember the 16th note has two beams on it. The eighth note only has one beam on it. So if you look at Rice Krispie, you see that it has two 16th notes on there. So we got Rice Krispie, right? You see how there's two quick 16th notes? Rice Krispie, Rice Krispie, Rice Krispies, Rice Krispie, right? Now, when we count that, we're going to count that as one and a, one and a, one and a, one and a, right? And the reason we count this as one and a is if we look at it, the first two notes, the first note is technically an eighth note, and then the last two notes are two 16ths. Remember, right? So we went one and two and one and two and our hot fudge sundae, hot fudge sundae. But remember, we went to pepper, right? Pepperoni, 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 pepperoni. Every two for each note for the syllables for the 16th notes. So now we got Rice Krispie, Rice Krispie, right? Rice Krispie, 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 right? You see how that happens? We got our two eighth notes. If it was just two eighth notes, it'd be one and two and three and four and. But now that we got the two 16ths on the end, we're gonna add the two double notes, right? One and a two and a three and a four and a. So Rice Krispie, Rice Krispie, Rice Krispie, Rice Krispie, right? And if we put the whole rhythm together, we got Rice Krispie treat. Then we have to leave the space for the other eighth note. So let me put on the metronome so you kind of get a little bit more context. Let's see if we can get some subdivision going in here. Right? Give it a little bit more subdivision. 4, right? That's our hot dog. 2, 3, 4. Normally as drummers, we clap on the back beats, right? So for us, it would be hot dog, hot dog. That's normally where we play the snare at, right? Hot dog, hot. Let's see if we got some eighth note. Right there, those are 16th notes. Those are pepperoni, 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 right? Or if we're only doing a piece, Rice Krispies, Rice Krispies, Rice Krispies, Rice Krispies, Rice Krispies, crispy rice, 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 crispy, right? Those are our rhythms right there. Everything that we're doing, you see how it all is falling into there. All the quarter notes line up, all the eighth notes line up, right? We could put any of these rhythms inside this like mental grid that we're creating, right? So let's look at it. If we look at strawberry, chocolate strawberry, we got the same rhythm as the beginning of Rice Krispie treats, but it's just moved over, right? And then we have two eighth notes in front of it. We've already played our two eighth notes. We know what they sound like. Hot fudge, right? Hot fudge, right? Hot fudge. Or strawberry, right? Strawberry. Or I'm sorry, chocolate, right? Chocolate, 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 chocolate. So we already know. Again, if you're unsure what the rhythms sound like, you could always say it and clap it, and then you'd be like, oh, okay. This kind of gives me context on what it sounds like. So the rhythm we have already, chocolate, and then we got strawberry is the same as Rice Krispie, right? Rice Krispie, right? We got strawberry, 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 strawberry. That's the exact same rhythm, right? So we're doing the same thing on chocolate strawberry as we're doing on Rice Krispie treats. We're just moving the rhythm over, and now we have a couple eighth notes in front of it. So if we clapped it, chocolate, strawberry, 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 chocolate, strawberry. Right? So if we counted that, that'd be, how do we count eighth notes again? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So how do we count the eighth and 2/16ths, right? 1 and 2 and right? 2 and is that rhythm for the strawberry. Strawberry. Instead of saying strawberry, we got 2 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 2 and right? Now the difference between Rice Krispie Treat and chocolate strawberry, Rice Krispie Treat, it started the rhythm on the first beat. It was Rice Krispie, Rice Krispie, but this one is on the second beat. So listen. So the first one is Rice Krispie, Rice Krispie, Rice Krispie, Rice Krispie, Rice Krispie Treat, right? Now, chocolate strawberry is on the second beat, right? Chocolate, strawberry, chocolate, strawberry, chocolate, strawberry, chocolate, strawberry, right? 2 and 1, 2 and 1, and 2 and 1, 2 and right? The only difference, they're on different beats. And once you start to move these on different beats, they start to feel different. They're the same, but they start to feel different because now you're putting them in a different place. The rhythm is played the same, but when moved to a different place, it starts to feel a little bit more different because of what we call syncopation. And syncopation is when you start to move rhythms around and put them in weird places. Now it starts to change your perception of the rhythm. And we'll talk about that, especially when we start moving these around the drum set. We'll show you some really cool features of being able to do this. Now, our last rhythm that we have is, if we look at cinnamon oatmeal, right? Now we have that same rhythm as strawberry, but we got it backwards now. It's a mirror image. Instead of us having 2/16ths in the back, now we got 2/16ths in the front. So 1 and is now the rhythm. That's what it sounds like. 1 and. Our cinnamon, 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 right? 2/16ths and the eighth note right after each other. Cinnamon, cinnamon, right? Cinnamon. And then we got 2 quarter notes by itself. Oatmeal, right? Cinnamon, oatmeal, cinnamon, right? If we just do those first 3 notes, cinnamon, cinnamon, right? Let's turn our loop on for context. Cinnamon, cinnamon, right? Cinnamon. If we repeated it, cinnamon, 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 oatmeal, cinnamon, oatmeal, cinnamon, oatmeal, cinnamon, oatmeal. And counts, we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 right? And the chart we'll give you guys that comes along with this, you'll be able to reference and see the counts as well as the actual pictures, and you'll be able to just sing the rhythms and clap the rhythm and then know what the rhythms sound like. So you have a tangible representation of the rhythms, right? Now, let's look at any rhythms that we haven't looked over. If we look at avocado toast, we got the same thing as pepperoni, right? It's just changed to avocado, and then we got a quarter note, toast. If we look at ravioli, cheese ravioli, we got the quarter note in the back, in the front, and then the 16ths in the back. So you see how cheese and raviolis are a mirror image of the same thing. And if we look at cinnamon oatmeal and milk and cereal, it's the same thing. The same rhythms are just swapped in different places. So do you see how easy this becomes? We're looking at the same rhythms. We're practicing the same rhythms. We're counting these rhythms exactly the same, but now we're just moving them around so we get different options. It's like, like Legos? It's like stacking Legos. Put the blue one next to the red one, next to the orange one. And we only got like 4 different Legos that we're using right now, and we're just making different types of things with that. You ever used Legos when you were a kid? I used to love Legos. I used to always want to build a castle and a dinosaur and then a sword because I just felt like I was like a knight when I was playing with Legos. But, but you kind of get the concept. We're literally going to keep repeating the same thing. So now let's clap the rhythms again, and let's see if you're a little bit more solid at the rhythms than you were before. And then we're going to clap them, but we're also going to clap them and say the counts. So we'll say them in food form the first time, and then we'll go back and we'll say them in counting form. And don't worry if you don't get these right off the bat, if you don't get it perfect. We're not trying to get you to get them perfect. We're trying to get you to understand them. And the more you understand them, the more you can get better at it, at recognizing it, and then you become better. So let's clap these rhythms. Let's put our loop on. We're going to bring everything in this loop because we're about to jam to these rhythms. Hopefully you're not hungry. We're gonna keep it rolling. All right, we're at 70 beats per minute. We're gonna actually do these really slow so we can make sure we got them, and then we'll pick up the tempo, right? So we got our tempo. We got our first one. We got hot dog. Let's go. And hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. Let's do the numbers now. Up to 4. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. These are quarter notes. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Let's move on to grape soda. We got the rhythm. Here we go. Grape soda. Ready? And we got grape soda. 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 With the counts. And 1, 2, and 3, 4, 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 and we got hot fudge sundae. Here we go. 2. We got hot fudge sundae. Ready? And hot fudge sundae. 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 Let's put the counts in. Here we go. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we got next one, apple pie. We got apple pie. Let's go. Apple pie. Apple pie. Apple pie. Apple pie. Apple pie. Apple pie. Let's do it in counts. 2. Ready? And 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 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 right? We didn't go over coconut shrimp, but let's look at it. It's the same as cinnamon, right? That's what the rhythm sounds like, right? Coconut shrimp, right? Coconut shrimp. Let's clap it. 1, 2, ready. And we got coconut shrimp and coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp. Now counts. We're gonna go 1E and 2, 3E and 4, 1E and 2. 3E and 4, 1E and 2, 3E and 4, 1E and 2, 3E and 4, right? You got this, you got this. We're gonna move on to Rice Krispie Treats. Last one, Rice Krispie Treat, Rice Krispie Treat, Rice Krispie Treat, Rice Krispie Treat. Again, Rice Krispie Treat, Rice Krispie Treat, Rice Krispie Treat. Let's do it in counts. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 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 right? We got all these rhythms. The rhythms are great. You understand the rhythms. You know what the syllables sound like. You're now playing them. Let's pick the tempo up. Let's go up. Let's go up. you know what these rhythms sound like now, you could be a little bit more confident. We're gonna play them through a couple times, and then we're gonna get on to the next section. Let's go all the way up to like let's say 115. Let's bump it a little bit. Ooh, yeah. All right, here we go. 1, 2, with the hot dog ready and hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. Let's put it in countdown. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 to the great soda, great soda, great soda, great soda. Put it in count. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and hot for Sunday, hot for Sunday, hot for Sunday, hot for Sunday. Put it in counts. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and apple pie, apple pie, apple pie, apple pie. Let's put it in counts. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Coconut shrimp and coconut shrimp and coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp. Put it in counts. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2. Put it in counts. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 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 Hey. Hey, let's go. Now, honestly, I could go through all these and we can practice this over and over again. And that's where you have to dig in. You have to be willing to practice these and repeat these. And if you're unsure at some of this stuff, rewind it, go back, rewatch parts and things like that, and this will help you to remember what these sound like. But here's the thing that we're trying to get you to see, that this is an easy process. It's just repeating the same thing in a different way. This makes it way easier for us to be able to go through this process of learning how to utilize these rhythms and put counts to them. And guess what? When we put them on notation, when we put them on the drum set, the rhythms don't change. This is what makes it easy. You learn it one time. Guess what? I've been reading music for over 25 years now. And guess what? It hasn't changed. And guess what? It's not going to change. This is a language that becomes easier the more you understand it. And then we'll talk about more ways to implement these things. It gets really fun on the drum set. We'll talk about next in another chapter about how you can apply one of these rhythms on each limb, and you could be playing cinnamon oatmeal, cinnamon oatmeal, cinnamon oatmeal, cinnamon oatmeal, hot dog, cinnamon oatmeal, hot dog, cinnamon Rice Krispie treats on the foot, Rice Krispie treats, Rice Krispie treats, Rice Krispie treats. And then on the left foot, you could be doing hot fudge Sunday, hot fudge Sunday, hot fudge Sunday. Now you're challenging yourself to do 4-limb independence, which is like crazy based on simple rhythms that you already play. And that's what makes it super fun. You're building coordination. You're learning how to read. You're learning how to write. This course is so intuitive for you. You need this information, and you've been wanting this information, and this is why we're bringing it to you through Drums for Success. Through DFS Academy. So I'm so excited and I hope you got a lot out of this chapter, and I can't wait for you to join in and jump to the next chapter. It's going to be full of information on stuff that you see. We'll be able to sit behind the computer, show you stuff, show you how you can implement some of these stuff, show you how the rhythms and the notation line up, and it's going to be really fun. So I'm TJ Fisher here with DFS Academy, and I will see you in the next part of the course.
Drums for success.